Hi everybody, so today we are doing another video which is titled Keep the Family Bond Tight. Now this is a series of videos, of 10 videos, and it kind of goes off the blog post that I wrote many years ago about the 10 commandments of mixed family parenting. This is more about mixed families in general, not just the parenting part, but we hope that you enjoyed this series.
All right, keeping the family bond tight. So, there are a million different ways you can do this, but we're going to talk about a few specific ones. First one being dinner together. All right, so we always had dinner together. We didn't sit in the living room and eat dinner. We sat at a table. All right, we sat at chairs at a table. We had things like the special plate, and we had things which we've talked about and we'll talk about in a different video, but dinner together is absolutely essential. Now, yes, this was during the time of cell phones. There were cell phones. However, we had very strict rules about cell phones in our house because I don't necessarily believe a kid needs a cell phone. I don't care how convenient it is for you. A kid doesn't necessarily need one, but that's a whole different discussion. Dinner together was absolutely essential. That was a time for us to connect for the day. Now, family days, like we've talked about before, help you connect for the week and some other areas. Dinner helps you guys connect for the day to realize, hey, we're all still here, we're all still together, we're all still, because you've all had long days, including the kids, so those are absolutely essential.
Right, and one of the things that we did was I always made sure that dinner was ready when Mike got home. Now, if he got home way earlier than usual, then that's different. But for the most part, he got home around the same time every night. And it was a great time of just kind of catching up, seeing what everybody did for the day. Sure, I was home with the kids. However, they weren't always home. For many years, our kids went to a private Christian school. And so, that it was a good time to catch up. It was also a really good time for me as a mom to teach them how to cook.
Yeah.
Because they knew that we were having dinner every night.
Yeah.
And quite a few of them, I would say all but one, really enjoyed cooking, enjoyed being together. And as they got older, it was harder to have everyone helping. And so I would just, ask one of them. But that was me. You can do whatever you want. These are all suggestions to hopefully help you to make your family better.
And don't be afraid to be an ogre and say, no phones at the table, no iPads at the table, no tablets at the table, no computers at the table.
And don't have yours.
And yeah, that helps. Don't look up your email. Don't answer the phone, all right? Whatever phone call just came in will still be there when you're done.
Exactly.
When it comes to this, though, I would encourage you to teach your kids some self-control and restraint. I wouldn't necessarily take their phones away. I would make them no phone at the table. Now, if you have a consistent problem with a kid or even one of the adults who is sneaking peeks, oh, I just got to check this, then you put a basket where everybody can see it, put your phone in there. All right. I'm not saying do that right off. I'm saying do everything you can to teach them self-control and restraint with this item because it's a privilege. It's not a right. And if they're really struggling with it, then you need to have them put it where they can see it and let them know that until I tell you, until you ask to be done and I release you from the table, then forget it. The phone is, you're not touching it.
Right. And the more that you do that as well, your kids will help you because they'll police you as well.
Yeah.
And that it's okay. There's been times where I've needed some policing on the screen time, specifically on my phone. Now, there are reasons, but it doesn't matter. Dinner time is sacred, and it still is sacred now that we don't have kids at home.
Yeah.
Our kids are all out of the house. They're all married. They're all doing their own thing. It's been a great time for us because it's like we just got married again. Because we've never had a time where it was just he and I. We got married and we had kids.
Yeah.
And so it's been a super fun time to just truly get to know each other, which we've done a lot to get to know each other over the years. But it changes every time a child leaves and every time, and when you're empty nesters. So it's been fun.
It's been very interesting. All right, so that leads us into number 2. set a date and leave it. Now, this is going to be specific to mixed families, blended families. Okay, look, there's this whole thing that you want to make everybody happy. I want you to write down on a piece of paper right now, I cannot make everybody happy. Okay. Now this has to do with healthy boundaries, and there are other videos that cover healthy boundaries, so I'm not going to cover it right this second.
Yeah.
But the whole point is set a date. If it's a birthday party and your stepkid can't be there, but this is the day that works,
It's okay.
set the date and leave it.
Right.
Okay? If they can be there, make a big deal about it. It's so awesome that you're going to be there. Because if you start playing we need to have it here because such and such can make it, but then if we have it here, then such and such and such and such can't make it, stop. All right?
Yes.
You will drive yourself insane. Okay? Really number 2 kind of segues into number 3, which is you can only focus on your own family. So keep in mind, when you're setting dates, when you're doing these things, you are not going to make everybody happy. You don't have to make everybody happy. You need to do, in this case, what's most convenient for you and yours.
Right. And when you first get into a blended family, it takes some time to figure out what it looks like for you. These are all suggestions of things that have worked really well for us and many of our clients, but not every single thing is going to work for you the same way, and that's okay. But what we've seen over and over and over is that the more times people hold off Christmas for a week because the other kids aren't there, because they're at their other parents' house, what ends up happening is you get very selfish, self-centered kids. The ones that are going back and forth, unfortunately for them, they're going to miss out on a few things, and that's okay. Life does not need to stop just because they're not there. I know your heart is, and you're in your mind, you're thinking this is the best thing for us to do. But we've seen it over and over again. It does not pan out well. And so we always tell our clients to make sure that their birthday, that child's birthday, is, yes, you're going to wait for that. But anybody else's, any other, thing, you can't change that. So you've got to just move forward and do the best you can and make them feel, let them know that you did miss them. Okay?
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, I mean, really, we're going to go ahead and segue into number 3 now. You can only focus on your family. Look, in a blended family situation, sometimes there are okay times and sometimes there are ugly, ugly times. Trying to make everybody happy is only going to push you towards some of the more ugly times. All right. Now, there may be convenience issues and you got to change things. We're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about the times where you consistently feel pulled in multiple directions because you can't make everybody happy. You can only focus on your family.
Right.
All right. If that stepkid really wants to be there, they'll approach the other parent and say, hey, can I go to Billy's birthday party? Or, and let them start to grow that confidence within their own situation. It sucks. Let's be honest, it just sucks. But you can't be everything to everybody. You have to worry about your own 4 walls.
Too many parents make their children, the sun rises and sets on their children, which makes entitled, disagreeable children that are just selfish. And so that's why we say this.
Yeah.
We've seen it over and over and over. We've seen it in our own family. And that is not going to help your blended family at all to come together. When you've got someone who's selfish and doesn't care how it affects everyone else, then they start making decisions the same way, where they don't care. I just want to do this because it's good for me. That's rude. That's not the way to keep family bonds tight.
A lot of people will overemphasize or will bend over backwards for their kids too out of guilt.
Yes.
They feel, okay, well, I've put you in the situation, therefore I need to make it as comfortable for you as possible. Uncomfortable. Okay, look, divorce sucks. Doing the whole blended family thing doesn't have to suck, but there are parts of it that do, let's be honest.
That are hard, yeah.
Yeah, that are hard. It is not going to kill your kids to learn to be tough. It's not going to kill your kids to learn that sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes life is uncomfortable. What you want to teach them is how to be excellent humans, not
whiny.
Not whiny, but not comfortable humans.
Right.
Okay? Am I saying there's something wrong with comfort? No, I'm not saying there's something wrong with comfort. I'm saying there's something wrong with making comfort the primary objective.
Right. Our country was not founded on people that stayed in their comfort zone. And again, this is another area that our culture has really told us that if things are okay, if things are good, it's going to be easy. Life is not easy. And the sooner your children know that, and the sooner they embrace that and they see you embracing it, the better it is for everyone. Better human beings come out of discomfort.
Correct.
And we're not saying that this should be, it doesn't have to be done in a way. It can be done in a really positive, uplifting way. It's just make sure that the uncomfortable stuff happens too, because it's gonna.
Yeah.
The sooner that we are not enabling, but helping our kids to learn how to deal with these different stressors and learn how to not let their anxiety get away from them, not let their minds run out of control, the better humans they are, like I said before.
Yeah.
But that's all for today. We thank you so very much for being here with us. This is a series of 10 different videos that have to do with the same thing, the 10 commandments of mixed families, and we hope that you're enjoying it. Leave us a comment below if you have any questions or comments, and please subscribe. We'd love to have you on the road with us. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.